Hey Sagittarius, what's going on? Let me just let you know, or reveal to you the cards that popped out as I was contemplating on your sign. They popped out in this order: the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and then you popped out, Temperance, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Moon card in reverse popped out. And then all of a sudden, right, out of nowhere, the Emperor and the Empress both popped out at the exact same time, like, phew, right? And they were both upright. Yeah, just found that a little weird. So, yeah, so far, all the fire signs, Aries and Leo and yourself, you guys all had the Four of Pentacles that popped out, and all you had the Emperor as well. A little interesting. Just thought I would tell you that in case you're dealing with an Aries or Leo. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. As I shuffle the deck, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know what to expect astrologically. So this month you shall achieve success with the help of others and by compromising on your independence. All the support and help shall be necessary for success this month. Your social life shall be very hectic this month, and you shall network with intellectual people, artistic people, and people who are fascinating and cultured people. Good ideas and better communication shall be in demand this month. And let's see, Jupiter being retrograde as well as Pluto being retrograde. This suggests that your actions pertaining to your physique and appearance shall be re-examined by yourself, whereas new strategies to enhance them shall be worked out. This month's astrological forecast wants you to not overexert yourself. Okay, let's see. Wow. Here's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse again, the Eight of Cups here, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. All right, just turn it this way so you can see them. So that's how they popped out. Maybe pay attention to those. Maybe the Ace of Pentacles, maybe, since it's in reverse, but it wasn't in reverse when it popped out during the contemplation. Let's see where I leave off at. Yeah, so it asks you to not. The Five of Cups came out when I said to not overexert yourself and to try and use all the social help available for your benefit. It's a little strange, right? Okay. Also, you shall refine your social skills and try to give or view new things from the viewpoint of other people this month. In terms of career, this month is a good time for planning seriously for future career and business aspirations, where you shall be extremely busy with work and job-related issues. Also, financial prosperity shall be very good this month due to favorable planetary position. Your love mate shall help you, in your future ventures. You shall earn money by making others wealthier, by giving advice and things of this nature. So you should be, you should also be clear in terms of your pending loans, and also, kind of clear up, I should say, the pending loans with a surplus of money that you may have, In terms of love, singles shall fall, singles shall find out, in almost all types of people, or find interest, I should say, in all types of people, such as religious people, fashionable people, career-driven people, health workers, intelligent people, possibly counselors. There shall be plenty of romance this month for you if you're single. And also, love shall be a little bit maybe more idealistic this month, so watch out for that. Your social intelligence shall be great, and you are then able to attract interesting people, right? Or interested people. In terms of health, for health, your health shall require attention to the end of the month. Shall pay attention to it around that time. You shall supply yourself with enough breaks to conserve your energy. Also, your health may be enhanced by cleansing your body of impurities by detoxification techniques. This one will come out. Okay. The King of Cups in reverse. Okay, and also the last shuffle. This shall be the month when you need to listen to others and to keep your aggression under control. I want to shuffle one more time. Okay, this is the last one. All right, kind of long introduction, but okay. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede to this reading to provide Sagittarius with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to reveal and release all the messages and read the cards as they're meant to be. Well, Sagittarius, I'm getting like tongue-tied. Maybe communication will probably be key this month. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Spirit, please reveal Sagittarius' and release Sagittarius' first base card for June 2017 for the situation at hand regarding their current disposition and how they feel. Please release Sagittarius' first base card for this month, please. So I'm doing this, right? Trying to put the cards back together. This wants to pop out, so I'm going to take it as your first base. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles popped out when I was contemplating on your guys' sign. So just a little reminder. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Sagittarius? Please, Spirit, please reveal why the Seven of Pentacles is here. Please clarify, Spirit, why the Seven of Pentacles is here for Sagittarius for June 2017. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, you could maybe be dealing with a Taurus, right? Let's see. Spirit, please reveal and release Sagittarius' second base card for June 2017. Regarding their current disposition. Okay, I lifted up to separate. I'm going to take that. Okay. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, it sounds like I said 9. Spirit, why is the Knight of Cups here? Why is the Knight of Cups here for Sagittarius for June 2017? Why is the Knight of Cups here, Spirit, for Sagittarius for June 2017? Okay, I'm going to take that. All right. The Lovers. Could be dealing with maybe a Gemini. Or I'm kind of initially getting, maybe trying to understand, Sagittarius, you can maybe work better in your relationships or apply better techniques or kind of understanding emotion more in your relationships and how it works and plays a role in there, you know? Spirit, please release clarifiers for the Knight of Cups here. Why is the Knight of Cups here for Sagittarius? I'm going to shuffle one more time. That popped out, but I just want to shuffle one more time, Sag. Anything else for the Knight of Cups here for Sagittarius, Spirit? Anything else to reveal? Oh, wow, okay. So we have the Seven of Cups. There she is. There's the so that's not the Empress for me. That is the High Priestess. Okay, then we have, then we have the Knight of Wands. Just a little bit. Then we have the King of Swords here. Well, this all doesn't want to fit here. Let's see. I think we got it. Okay. Line up in the center there. Okay. Spirit, please reveal and release what is in Sagittarius' thoughts, what crowns them for June 2017. Also, and how does this pertain to the situations at hand? What's in Sagittarius' thoughts for June 2017? Anything else you'd like to reveal and release for what's crowning Sagittarius? What's in their thoughts for June 2017? Just wanted to pop out. I'm going to go one more time. I just feel it. Anything else that you'd like to reveal, please, for what's crowning Sagittarius? That's it. Okay. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor. Then the Page of Swords here. Okay, let's see. Bottom of the deck. Eight of Wands. That's how we're coming into here, Sag, to the reading. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay, Sag. I'm kind of starting to pick up that you are starting to, or maybe beginning to, or may, actually do. You're kind of looking over the decisions that you've made and the things that you have done in terms of, your goals and aspirations and how you went about them. And I feel like it maybe has to do with work or maybe with any type or form of stability, right? I'm over here. The Seven of Pentacles kind of just reveals that. It says, looking at the things that you've accomplished and looking at them and seeing where it came from and where and how you went about them. And clarifying that's the Hierophant and also the Nine of Cups. So I'm kind of starting to pick up here that you are trying to understand, how can I say it? Trying to understand how you succeeded in terms of fulfilling yourself. Now that sounds a little strange even for me to say that. Let me see if I can further say it in a different way. I think I'm kind of seeing that maybe you're trying to understand how you came about supplying yourself with that emotional fulfillment and how you manifested it. And also with the Eight of Pentacles here, I think that popped out. Yep, that popped out as well when I was contemplating on your sign. This is seeing where you went wrong or where you went right, right? Understanding it, trying to pick the next road to go down. But in your thoughts, you are ready to take that next step, right? The Eight of Pentacles here, and this is kind of thinking about how you molded that situation. This is also, this is kind of thinking about it more. I apologize. This is more, the Eight of Pentacles is more about how now are you going to mold the situation into how you want to see the outcome be, or how you want your future to be and how you want it to obtain it. And now it's like, here are the tools, you're provided with them. Now what are you going to do with them, and how are you going to create this future? And I want to say, Sag, that, you know, coming from here, here, and here, I think that you are on the track, on the right track, or you're on the road to understanding it, and you want to know how you can further fulfill yourself. And I feel that you are seeking the knowledge on how to fulfill it. You are trying to understand where that strength maybe came from. Because I feel, Sag, that coming into the reading with the Eight of Wands, there was a lot of fight. There's a lot of strife that kind of went on, but I feel like it went on for a reason. It was a fight well earned. It was something that you needed to go through in order to gain an understanding of a situation, or an understanding of why you don't want to go back there. That's what I really feel. I feel like there was this fight. I've really kind of picking up that maybe it hasn't stopped yet, but you're maybe at the end of it, given that it's 8. You know, 8 is the strife, 9 is picking from the strife, and then, you know, 10 is resting because you're done, you're carrying it all. You may just want to let it down now, you know. But going back to what I was saying about the 8, but it has to do with, you know, conflict. And it has to do with, I think, when I'm seeing this here, I feel like it was a lot of conflict in terms of how to regain your stability and how to make sure that it doesn't leave your side any longer. I kind of feel like I'm picking up, Sag, that you're tired of people taking from you. You're tired of having to fight for your ambition and having to fight for things that you need and for things that you rightfully deserve. You're tired of trying to haggle and trying to finagle all of that, and you're tired of trying to protect it. I'm not saying that you don't protect it, but you're tired of maybe having the need to protect it and having the need to just exert all your energy on protecting it and how to keep it, you know? And I feel, Sag, that maybe you're starting to kind of understand how to communicate better with people, or you want to learn how to communicate with them so that it's more effective, so that you can then avoid, you know, the avoidable consequences, maybe avoid some of the strife, avoid some of the issues that lead to improper communication. And I feel like you're starting to realize this, and you're starting to also realize how your communication is affecting your life, and how it's affecting your stability, how it's affecting the things that you create, and how the things that you get out of the creation, and the things that are manifested from the situations or the creativeness that is presented to you. But I also feel, Sag, that, you know, a lot of it has to do with you're also understanding your emotions. You're on a quest to understand it, and you're on the quest to learn how it plays a role within your life. It's interesting how the King of Swords is here for you at the end of clarifying the Knight of Cups here. It's also at the end here in your thoughts. Here, just kind of briefly go over it, I want to say that what I'm getting from it is you're on a quest to understand your emotions, and you really want to know, like I said, how to apply them the proper way and how to give them enough attention so that they can be properly applied or sufficiently implemented into your dealings, right? And I also feel that maybe you have maybe some suitors that you're maybe kind of suggesting, or that you are interested in. Or maybe this could also be, you know, general reading, apply it to your situation, but this can also be a union with yourself and trying to understand how to bring your mind and body, your soul and your body together, and how to work with them, and how to, you know, mix them together so that it creates a balanced effect. But here with the Seven of Cups, this can also lead to maybe some illusions of success. It can also lead to having a lot to choose from, so therefore an illusion can be there in terms of, since you have so many choices and decisions, which one is the right one. But since it's up in the clouds, like the drawing here, or the artwork here, kind of has to do with, like I said, illusion and delusion of which one to choose and which one is the right one to choose, right? And the Empress right here next to him. I apologize. High Priestess. Because the Empress popped out with the Emperor. I'm kind of getting confused, but the excuse me, the High Priestess here. She's here to tell you or to inform you, to use your intuition, and to not go back and forth with yourself as to what to choose, and to not think that your next choice is going to be wasted effort or a supply of something that will not work, right? Because you are also on a quest to how to create and apply this communication and apply this emotion to situations. And I feel like you are almost on the right track in terms of how to communicate it and how to apply it to your situations. The King of Swords here is someone who is a master of it, of his emotions. I'm sorry, not emotions. I apologize. He's the master of communication in terms of how to apply it. What's the best way to apply it? And how to delegate it properly, right? Because a lot of the creation or the creativity that is going to come from your plannings, right? From you planning it and wanting to mold things properly, it's going to come from effective communication or its predication upon communication, proper communication. And the only way that you're allowed or that you have the moment to create whatever it is that you like to create, you need to have that proper communication. And also, he's someone who rids his emotions to understand, to gain the broader picture, and also understand what it is that he needs to do and how he needs to go about it, which is why he's the most effective communicator. He has a talent to do that, and he can. But he also listens to reason, of course. That's what communication is about, right? And it's interesting how you have it in your thoughts here, because I feel like you're on that right track in terms of wanting to initiate proper communication and wanting to understand it, right? And I feel like through an emotional endeavor, you're going to come out with that. You're going to come out with the piece of information that's going to benefit you, or this piece of information is going to be the missing puzzle to how to properly communicate and how to properly apply it towards your dealings and your ventures in life. But we need to be careful with the Seven of Cups here. It has to do with a lot, like I said, with illusion and with somewhat of, I don't want to say deceit, but it's sort of more maybe deceit, but to yourself. It's kind of like lying to yourself a little bit. And maybe this lying, but I'm taking it more on the sense of just trying to understand what to pick. But I think with the High Priestess here next to him, next to the Seven of Cups here, is just informing you or trying to tell you, don't worry about it. You're okay. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink the decisions where it can lead to delusion or illusion. Because like I said, you want to manifest that creativity and you're trying to see the best way to do it. And I feel like you're on the right track, but you need to just trust your intuition. You have to allow things to happen the way that they do, but also be keen in terms of understanding what's going on around you. Maybe that's what the illusion is, or maybe trying to understand how your emotions play a role in your decisions as well, and to use your intuition in terms of applying your emotional, stability or your emotional understandings of yourself, but applying them to where you can maybe rid your emotions, right? To gain the ultimate truth. Because it's a little it can be a little funny, especially in love readings, like specifically love, when you have the Seven of Cups next to the Lovers. This is kind of, it can imply, what's the relationship like? What did you learn from the relationship, maybe? What is the illusion of the relationship? Maybe it can be like that too, Sag, you know what I mean? Since this is a general reading, maybe you're going to apply your emotion to a certain situation, or to a certain friendship or partnership that's going to make you maybe become a little blind to things. And it may distract you from the overall picture. Maybe it can be a lot of strife that's involved with the Eight of Wands here. I'm kind of starting to feel that this is you now, and maybe this is how you'll be in the future, or maybe how you'll come out of this period learning this. I'm really starting to pick that up. That this is the young you, you know, the old you. This is the new you. Which makes a lot of sense because 3 cards, right? And then we have what? 2, 4, 5 at the bottom, clarifying 1 card. And don't forget, the Knight of Cups is someone who moves very slow. But once again, they're on a quest to understand. He has a profile look, right? Not like the High Priestess, not like this, the Knight of Wands here. He's on a quest to just move forward. He has one direction, he's moving forward with it. And he needs to understand that there are lessons to be learned, given the conquest, given the voyage to want to do it and to understand it. And I feel like these are the lessons that you must learn from this voyage of understanding your emotions and understanding how they play such a pivotal role in your life and how they cause you to make those decisions. Maybe make certain decisions about your partnerships that are maybe not so viable, or they put you in a space of having to re-examine them a lot, which makes sense with the High Priestess here, saying, use your intuition because you have the answers. And then since you have the answers, you're going to then succeed in how to choose a partner properly. But I feel, Sag, that you may offer your cup to someone, right? Thinking that's going to be great, and it could possibly look great on the surface, but what is below the surface? We never know, so we have to dig deep and see what's the best decision to make. What's the best way of going about it? We have to recognize what's fake and what's real, what's reality and what's fantasy. And that's where the illusion kind of comes in, where, it's probably not the right decision, right? But use your intuition. Then when you use your intuition, then you can then know which direction you need to go to so you can create the good things, the things that work to your benefit. And then that also teaches you that sometimes you have to rid your emotions from certain aspects of your life so that you can then gain the understanding and have that proper communication. And I feel like you are, or at the end of this, because I feel like it's going to be, like I said, some strife. It's going to be a lot of emotional turmoil in a sense, a little bit, or maybe blockages in terms of how you want to create certain things or go about manifesting areas in your life. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of strife in it. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. Because, you know, the Eight of Wands it's a lot of strife, but it also means that there's something coming, right? Something is going to present itself that's going to throw you off maybe a little bit. It's just a change. Maybe this change is that your emotions are going to teach you what you need to do and how to apply it to your life. Like I said, I believe that this is old, this is new. This is going to come out of this. And if you even look at the Eight of Wands here, the actual card, it's a little shiny, guys, sorry, but see how this wand in the center is larger than the others? A larger wand means something that's stronger. And see how it even divides this from this? This is, you know, the decision or something that's going to cause a road that you have to go down. It's going to kind of put you at a crossroads a little bit. And it's going to cause that mix up. It's going to cause like that interesting little where you're going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. Like, holy crap, right? But I feel like it's going to be a good thing, though, because it's going to shake things up for you. One, it will keep it interesting. And then two, it's going to cause you to look at that, at the new situations that present themselves, right? But I feel like the good decision is going to be made, Sagittarius. You're going to make that decision that you need to make, because I feel like now you're listening to yourself. I feel like, if we were to separate this from this, because of gaining an understanding of your emotions in the High Priestess, saying trust your intuition. Your intuition does have to do with water. It has to do with your emotion, with what you feel. It's your psychic ability, right? Okay, I'm kind of picking up. Do you want to be under the impression that everything is great and jolly? Or do you want to know that everything is good and jolly? Because the only way that you know is when you effectively apply it. This is learning to, like I said, the creation, wanting to create it, on the quest of it. And this is understanding the communication and how we can succeed in this. And with this, the Page of Swords here in your mind, you already want to understand it with the King of Swords there. You're on that track of like, okay, how do we do this? What's the best way to do this? What am I going to get out of this? What am I going to learn out of this? And with the Emperor here as well, it also shows, that you want to protect that stability. And how are you going to do it? Because you're going to fight for it, and you're going to make that right decision to do it, because that want and that yearn for the stability comes from it. We don't know what we want, and we can't apply the stability and know how to apply it effectively, right? How to understand it and how to acquire it if nothing is then presented to us where it causes us to climb that mountain. Because then when we climb that mountain, one, we find out that we're actually stronger than we think, and two, we gain more from it. We gain a new perspective and more stability from it by instilling confidence within ourselves, which then provides you to actually take in that stability and to understand it, and to know that why it's important to you and why you need it to make these decisions. Because you don't want to be under the impression that everything's fine, or have the illusion of success that everything is fine with the Seven of Cups here. Because it could be fine, it could look great, but you never know. But when you use it, then you then find that it's fine, because then this makes you a stronger person. And like I said, I feel like this is the after effect of that. Emotional fulfillment, because you seek the knowledge and you knew exactly where you wanted to go. Maybe a Taurus could possibly help you in that. You know exactly what to do. Because you seek that knowledge, and because you knew what you needed to do and how to do it, also to protect your stability, then it causes you then to understand and to look and say, what do I need to do? How do I mold this decision, right? The Eight of Pentacles here. This is how you create it and mold it. I think that's all I'm kind of picking up, Sag. Maybe watch out for the little Geminis there. Maybe that could be it too. Maybe you could be dealing with a Gemini versus, are you sure that this relationship is actually great? Do you want to continue on with the relationship, given that, you have this Page of Swords here? Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is air energy. And so is the King of Swords as well. That's air energy as well. So maybe in your thoughts, you're not sure if this Gemini is the right way to go. Are you under the impression that it's okay? You maybe think that they're not communicating with you properly, or that maybe there may be a fake relationship, but then it may be a good relationship if you just use your intuition and take the time to actually understand it, and to want to understand where it comes from, what's the intention, how to do it. But I'm not really leaning towards that, but that could be it too. I feel like this is just a growth spurt for you, Sag, and you're going to have to learn certain things. It's going to be hard. There's going to be changes that are going to come. I also feel like, given that it's the Lovers, like I said, it could be meaning one person. That could be it too, where you're deciding, are you lying to yourself? Is it time to move on from a situation? Is it time to leave someone? Or is it time to maybe get your spirituality together with yourself to understand why you're going through certain things? I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Yeah, see, I want to look under the deck. So, 2 of Wands here in reverse. This means not really making those, not that you're not making a good decision, but you're not sure how to make the best decision on how to move forward or how to manifest your creativity. This is also maybe not working with the partner too, choosing one way when the other way was better, right? That's okay because we have the Knight here, trying to understand how to achieve this. What's the best way of going about this? Let me see, let me move this one. Yeah, so back to what I was saying about this. But yeah, we have the 2 of Wands here, like I was saying, it's not having the confidence and not having that proper or that spunk in terms of how to create the creativity and what's the best way of going about it. Also, the 2 of Wands in reverse can mean that you've already made a decision, or if you're no longer waiting on it because you're just going to apply it, right? Because 2 is all about waiting, but 3 is the beginning stages of applying it, right? Which kind of coincides with why the Magician is here in reverse as well. I believe that's trying to kind of talk to you or speak to you that maybe you're speaking of your of your plans. Maybe you're not sure how to move forward, right? Because maybe, like I said, you're speaking about it, you're no longer doing it behind the scenes because you made a decision and you're going with it. You know, maybe this is someone who really doesn't speak of it, just acts on it because they know what to do in terms of the communication. But then this is someone right here who is trying to understand it and how to know how to apply the communication. Maybe that's why the Magician's here in reverse, because maybe it's because you're talking about it too much, maybe, and you're not really sure how to create it. Yeah. I feel like this one. This one right, yeah, that's it. So not sure how to create it, right? Because maybe you're speaking about it too much. Maybe your judgment is maybe off. Or maybe the judgment needs some tweaking. Are you judging it properly? Even though it is upright, which means, you know, that judgment seems like it's okay. But maybe it's trying to tell you you need to choose between manifesting. Do you want this out of it? Or do you want to come out of that period of feeling depression, feeling like you hit the bottom? You have to choose between the two and what's the best way of doing it. You can't just make a decision but then all of a sudden talk all about it before it even has a chance to manifest itself. See how he has a globe in his hand? He has the world there and he wants to start it. He's making that decision to move forward, like I said, but then, you know, the Magician doesn't talk about it. He's someone who works behind the scenes. He's someone who has the most action. And he does what he wants, but when he's in reverse, he does things what he wants, but he's going to talk about it, and he does it maybe in an abrupt manner. He doesn't go about it the proper way. I think that's why judgment's there. You need to make that decision that if you want to come out of that period, come out of the period of choosing to be hurt or choosing to put yourself in those situations that lead to just bad. But I feel like if you properly manifest this, then the good results will come from it. It'll teach you that now you can rest and you can take those swords out of your back. You know? And it also comes from this, right? And even the section that was over here had to do with the king being over here too. Right here, in your thoughts. This going from a page to a king. And also, I mean, the knight too. You had the knight as well. Oh no, we didn't have the knight. This is going to help you as well. Understand. This is the understanding of how do I start the communication? What's the most effective way of doing it? Mastering it. You come out of the period of feeling that hurt. You come out of that period of not allowing yourself to get there. Because how do you do that? By making maybe the improper decisions that lead you to not creating things properly through strife maybe, or not choosing the which way to go about it in terms of creativity, because you need to judge properly on the things that you need to do and how to communicate it properly so that you come out of that period. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. Yeah, I think that's about it, Sag. Yeah, I left a link in the description pertaining to my website. I changed some prices. Go ahead and book a reading if you'd like to maybe look a little bit deeper into this or just ask general questions. Yeah, so everything's there. All right, Sag, I think that's it. We'll see you either mid-month or maybe next month. Bye.